Parenting can be exhausting. Most parents spend their days trying to get through the next meltdown, the next mess, or the next math assignment, and I get it. Life can feel like survival mode. You're running from one meeting to the next, answering emails between red lights, juggling deadlines, payroll, and projects, all while trying to make it home in time for dinner. The phone never stops buzzing, the to-do list never ends, and by the time you finally walk through the door, your mind's still stuck at work. It's easy to live in that moment because that moment is loud, full of pressure, noise, and demands that never seem to slow down. It's not just you. I deal with this too. We're focused on behavior in the moment, not character in the making. We discipline to stop the noise, not to shape the heart. We manage today's problems instead of preparing tomorrow's person. But in my recent conversation with Billy Sticker, he said something profound that might completely reframe how you think about parenting. He said, "Our job as parents is not to raise good kids. Our goal is to raise good adults." It means the goal isn't perfect behavior today. It's strong character tomorrow. It means every small decision, every correction, every conversation is training for adulthood, not just management for childhood. You're probably familiar with Proverbs 22:6. It says, "Train up your child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." That verse isn't about controlling a child's path. It's about training for a future you won't see yet. Training takes time, patience, and repetition. It's about direction, not domination. Similarly, in Ephesians 6:4, it says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord." Notice that word, bring them up. That means your job isn't just to correct or command, but to develop, to lift them toward maturity of faith. When God entrusts a child to you, He's giving you a future leader to shape. That means the way you parent now echoes far beyond your lifetime. You're not just raising your kids, you're raising your grandkids' parents and your great grandkids' spiritual legacy. That's how high the stakes are. The good news is, as a dad, you have the opportunity and the responsibility to build something different. You see, too often we confuse control with leadership. We get so focused on compliance, getting our kids to obey, behave, and fit in, that we forget to teach conviction. We're trying to win the day instead of shape a destiny. But here's the hard truth. One day, you won't be there to tell them what to do. You won't be in the passenger seat giving directions. You'll have to trust the work you've done, the principles you've planted, the habits you've modeled, and the faith you've lived out in front of them. That's why this matters so much. Parenting with the long view in mind changes everything. It changes your tone, your expectations, your patience, and your priorities. So let's get practical. How do you start parenting with the end in mind? Training for adulthood instead of reacting to childhood. Here are 6 practical steps you can take today. Number 1, picture the adult you want to launch. You can't raise what you can't see. Sit down and actually describe the adult you hope your child becomes. What do you want their faith to look like? How do you want them to treat people? How do you hope they handle money, relationships, conflict, and work? Write it out. Because when you define the destination, you can start parenting toward it. Ask yourself, if my child becomes like me in every area of life, would that be a win or a warning? That question reveals where your example needs attention. Number 2, parent with principles, not just rules. Billy mentioned that he actually wrote down a set of key principles he wanted his kids to live by. Your principles may be the same or different, but you need to have them and you need to intentionally share them with your children. Rules change with seasons, situations, or circumstances. Principles last for life. Here are a few examples of what this might look like. Instead of "don't lie," you might teach "truth always builds trust." Instead of "do your homework," you might teach "we finish what we start." Instead of "stop being disrespectful," you might teach "we honor people because God made them." Rules control behavior for a moment. Principles shape identity for a lifetime. Number 3, replace punishment with preparation. When your child messes up, and they will, it's important that you don't just punish the behavior. You prepare the heart. Ask questions that make them think like an adult. Why do you think you made the choice you did? What were you hoping to get? What could you have done differently? What does God's word have to say about your situation? Your goal isn't to make them scared of consequences. It's to make them wise from experience. Every mistake is a moment to build maturity if you slow down long enough to guide instead of react. Number 4, give them responsibility before they're ready. One of the greatest gifts you can give your kids is responsibility. If you always step in to fix, rescue, or smooth the way, they'll never learn to stand on their own. Let them feel the weight of decision making. Let them fail safely while the cost is still small. Let them manage small budgets, make small mistakes, and learn big lessons early. You can't protect them into maturity. You have to prepare them for it. And that means letting them fall sometimes while you stay close enough to help them get back up. Number 5, model what you want to multiply. Your kids may ignore what you say, but they'll copy what you do. You probably noticed this when your child was an infant or toddler, but while your teenagers, probably don't copy your funny faces anymore, they are still copying your values and priorities you're modeling for them. If you want them to be patient, be patient. If you want them to prioritize faith, let them see you in the Word. If you want them to be people of integrity, let them watch you tell the truth even when it costs you something. Parenting isn't about perfection, it's about pattern. You are the clearest picture of adulthood. They'll learn more from your habits than your lectures. So ask yourself often, am I living the kind of adulthood I want my kids to inherit? Number 6, build a vision of partnership. As your kids grow older, it's important to gradually start shifting from authority to mentorship. You'll always be their parent, but you won't always be their boss. Invite them into your decisions. Ask their thoughts. Let them see how you process choices and weigh values. When you do that, you're not just giving them a rule book. You're giving them wisdom. You're showing them how a godly man thinks, prays, and leads. Billy's right. Our job isn't to raise good kids. It's to raise good adults. That means your job today is bigger than managing the moment. You're shaping the future. You're preparing your son or daughter to lead at home, to walk with God, and to live with character in a world that desperately needs it. So this week, take a step back. Look beyond the noise of the day-to-day. Ask yourself, what kind of adult am I building here? Then parent toward that answer. Don't aim for easy obedience. Aim for enduring maturity. And remember this, your influence doesn't end when they leave home. It echoes through generations. So keep planting seeds of faith, wisdom, and grace. Keep showing up with patience and prayer. Keep modeling the kind of childhood that makes your kids want to follow your lead. Because the truth is, you're not just raising kids. You're raising the next generation of courageous men and women who will carry your legacy of faith into the world. That's worth every ounce of effort. Subscribe to the Courageous Men podcast so you never miss an episode. Share this with a friend who needs the encouragement or challenge to live courageously. Start by joining the Courageous Men community today. Let's take action. Let's be courageous.